Hey everyone, today we bring you an exclusive interview with the founder of ZoWorld, DV. So thank you so much for joining us, DV. And yeah, let's dive right into it.
Zo. That's our
Perfect.
cult. And yeah, DV stands for Dharamveer Singh Chauhan. But yeah, DV works for my American friends.
All right. So yeah, so thank you, DV. And let's just start with, for those who are new, those are maybe some COINectors who are joining who haven't heard of ZoWorld before. Please, can you just give us a short, 1 to 2 minute brief of your NFT project and what all you guys are up to?
Sure. And I think we are one of the best kept hidden secrets in Web3. So I don't expect, actually a lot of your audience to already know about us. And just about our journey, I actually look at real estate like a product space. So we build physical world for those who build the digital world. That's how you can look at us. So I started on this journey around 12 years ago. I built the hostel as a passionate backpacker hostel project. We were the first ones in the whole Southeast Asia region. Very happy to tell you, today we have 120 spaces in hostels signed up with us. We are the world's largest chain of backpacker hostels, and you know how backpacker hostels are. We have got a good common room for people to hang out and space. So that business been growing up, etc. So along the way, I'm a total nerd. I ran a gaming studio before hostel, and as soon as NFTs were coming up, I thought, hey, why not? Let's say this is the consumer layer of the decentralized market cap, and the whole ecosystem. And I feel I come with the relevant understanding of technology, culture, community, and business. To make something and have fun around, and just a foot in the door. We want to really build this for the whole century. But yeah, so our NFTs, are actually our edge of they are a membership to our club, and so ZoWorld is a whole ecosystem. So our founders are called as the club members. Honestly, I had 7 co-founders in my Zostel journey, and I wanted to now take it a step further. So our NFT collection is called as ZoWorld Founders, or on contract it says maybe Founders of the ZoWorld. So the whole idea is that, I think there's no playbook to build a Web3 company, right? And for me, I wanted to take it up a notch. I wanted to see, can I really build a company with 1,100 co-founders, together with my vision, and then, what the vision is, taking inputs from everyone. I'm the CEO, I'm the co-founder, but, I really want to share and, really bring in people, not just for the words. As soon as you buy my NFT, I give you work. That's how this collection really works. So if you are looking to just buy something and get easy rich, you can probably, there should be other NFTs that you should look at. So our NFTs, if is it cool if I share screen along the way, or should we restrict? I think the host has disabled the screen, so maybe I'll show you along the way. But our graph, I think over the last 3 years, we had our first collection. It's great. We have now had our third anniversary, when we touched the decentralized ecosystem. So we launched on 7th of September 2021. The date, I think, would be remembered in humanity for a lot of time, because it's the first time that, I think the digital world, Bitcoin, really touched the physical world. It became a legal tender in El Salvador, and so we commemorated, that moment. That's how our initial Genesis collection was. It's called as ZoWorld El Salvador collection or something like that. We launched it on Polygon, and we were just fooling around and learning our way. And we had around 3.5 ETH of sale, just from my one tweet post. I did not share it with my Zostel community or crowd or anything, and I wasn't even that active on Twitter. But we tested the waters, we loved the community, and then we took the step forward with our 1,100 founders. And today we run these clubhouses. So if you'll see zo.xyz, that's our domain.
Yeah.
So we like our domain.
Sorry to
Just
interrupt. So now you can share your screen now. So I enabled that, so you can, if you want to show anything, you can show that too.
sure. Let me see. Let me see if I can. How do I share the whole screen? This has become these days, I think. Yeah, let me try just the Google Chrome. So, guys, this is our cool website. It's continuously updated. Maybe this is the 10th one. This is the first time that we have decided to not obfuscate what we do. And we have
Mhm.
truly embraced, now we are we are proud to showcase that I'm in these days, I'm actually based out of San Francisco. I moved there earlier in January. And now we have the coolest clubhouse in San Francisco. I'm happy to tell you. Let me know if anybody, in the comments or etc. questions that, I would love to check out if anyone is doing anything better, for the community in terms of the physical real spaces. So this is 304th, and we invested more than $1 million in making this possible. Super
Wow.
proud of it, but this journey started in Bangalore, that's my home ground. I'm an Indian, and you see this clip from here. This is from Bangalore, and we just started it off, with a crazy penthouse, and it's become the breeding ground, for cultural hub. Later on, maybe I can show you our Telegram and community from that side as well. But this Zoom is only sharing the Chrome, so I'll just continue scrolling in that sense.
Yeah.
But see, so we took it up a notch. We love the community, so we give persona to the real estate itself. So when you enter a Zoho house, it's unlike anything you would have ever seen.
Mhm.
And in that sense, it'll feel like, hey, maybe I've entered a website. So it's a dark themed website where you enter, and really breeds inspires people to come in. And it's still the hidden secret. It's not public, it's not bookable. Only members know about it, and they invite their friends. And so we have done events for literally everybody.
Yeah.
And so from artists, so like all the cultural things that you can think of. So if you look at our NFTs, I'll possibly show you our collection. So now
Yeah.
that I can show you that, I'll also show the sales rate. So look at this graph. There isn't a graph like this, of any NFT collection that I have seen. That over the last 3 years, it's literally been there from 0.07 to slowly going over there. And it's been now these days consistent at 1.1 for a decent time. And these were not PFPs, so we stick to first principle while we were building this. So we just how do we keep inspiring different people to come together to build this new Zoho world. So Zoho
Mhm.
world, the way I see it is, so, and it's scientific as well, that all realities exist. Quantum physics already shows us that. So, if there is a world in which, people are inspired to follow their heart, they are economically, incentivized. There's a true information age where humanity doesn't need to do the grunt work. Right now, the whole economy is being led from the industrial age economy, right? We're just transitory age is still coming. Internet is younger than me. Imagine that, right? It's taken the world by storm. But what happens when internet is 100 years old, right? So I think it's the beginning of the digital economy that's coming together. So we see these postcards from the future reality, that's been dropped in this current reality, and it's inviting people to come together. And this whole Zoho world, this Zozo is our vibe. That's actually a vibration that's from that universe, and it's calling us to discover and be true to ourselves and build this Zoho world. It's a number of computations that we need to do rather than a matter of time. So, in fact, we do need time to do those things. But anyways, you'll see, so this is a space-time thing. So there's a country, there's September, there's a time period around it. And then we feel it's all about the culture. So you'll see sports culture over here. And, life's a trip, it's a journey, so you come and you go. And along the way, you decide who you want to have as your rider along the way, or who do you want to, vibe with. So, we want to be such trip designers and trip planners. So
Perfect.
that's where our yeah, so that's where this is around. So you'll see the food culture over here, scientific culture, gaming culture, cinema culture, entertainment, home and lifestyle, another gaming culture. So literally, like the seven first things are all unique cultures. And yeah, so that's largely the art behind the collection. And that's the club. And now we are looking at, I think I'll restrict. So this is our Zoho houses, and we are expanding. We have 3 right now operating in. I'm right now in the Dubai Zoho house, and
Mhm.
we have one in Dubai, one in Bangalore, one in San Francisco. We hope to have at least 50 more Zoho houses that are operated by ourselves. But
Yeah.
then later on, or even before that, we'll possibly figure out how do we involve more of community to open our nodes. So this is the network that's coming together. These are our nodes right now, but very soon we'll allow community to open their own nodes and be a part of the network.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, that all sounds very interesting. And with all these multiple houses, this is again, there's a lot of NFT projects in it. We've been here for a few years, all of us. A lot of them aren't even able to do 1% of everything you've done. So that's amazing to see. So I think now Paris has the next question for you.
Sure. So very exciting journey so far, DV. I think NFT with pure utility is what we heard about. So going forward, like my question, my side of the question is like, what trends in the NFT space excite you the most, and how do you see, the future of NFTs evolving?
I think it's as I started off and talked with Ritvik as well. I think the whole idea and being so passionate about building an NFT marketplace and bringing the community in. So that's where we are today. I feel obviously, I think even today I see there are at least more than 50 punks that are under default on loan or some things like that. So we're still waiting for the market to correct in a healthy sense and find its feet, find its ground. With the Ethereum itself, I think so. It's a bit cyclical in that sense. I am super bullish because see, the way I see it, everybody is opening a new chain, and what do you do on any chain? The first thing that you do is you make your NFTs, then you DeFi it, or maybe meme coins and then a DEX around it, right? And maybe a Uniswap fork around it, another L2 for Ethereum, so that's where, but all of them do have, let's say their own art as well as let's say their own community. But at the end of the day, they do make their own. And I think NFTs are there to stay. In the sense of trends, I would say Jira-san, really kicked off and was able to, revive or at least showcase some sort of new energy and vibe in the community. I'm excited to see how that unfolds. I'm on the directed airlines. Let's see how the community is there. I haven't been able to, meet and vibe with the community IRL yet. So that's there. And other than that, I would say haven't seen a lot of volume and excitement. I saw some egg drop, but I'm still figuring out, that what does that really mean or what they are getting at. So the initial hypes are there. I think everybody is maturing. The market is going through that phase. Very interesting, what happened with Pudgies and how the Luca took it and how it's being turned around. So I think market's shaping up, everybody's finding their own positions, and it's much better, I think, for now people to enter. Every day there's a steady flow of people picking up Bored Apes, picking up Zoe World founders, and the market's nice. So it's the best time to enter the NFT market. But unfortunately, the way crypto works is that everybody wants to make a 10x in 24 hours, right? So you do that. Now people are even losing interest from Pump Fun and Solana meme coins, because let's say that's happening on Ton a bit more. So yeah, we are crypto degens, right?
Like more realistically, there will be new generation coming in the Web3 space. On the hiring side, things will start to pick up, and even I think the core utility behind the entire ecosystems and communities will be these NFT communities becoming a path to enter the Web3 and thereby maybe make something brand new, and new innovations might come in.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like you mentioned a few projects like Jira-san, that's from I think the founder is Sean, and he
Shan.
has he also had a different project, God Jira. I mean, Jira-san I think is their second collection, so it's always great to see
They
projects like
merged it.
those
They merged
continuing.
it.
Okay, okay,
They merged all of their past collections to make
okay,
Jira.
nice. And then the eggs were also, I think they were from
CryptoKitties, yeah.
yeah, CryptoKitties, yeah, they released a new project, so that was again getting a lot of hype. And like you mentioned, everything is cyclical, right? So currently, I would say we're probably somewhere near the bottom. Hopefully, obviously not financial advice, but somewhere near the bottom. So ideally, this is where people would get in, and then they're
All right.
and they would be able to do well. So that's great. That's nice to
Yeah.
hear. So for the next question, and again, this is also related to the NFT space. And I'd like to ask, particularly from your perspective, as a founder, as a creator, what do you think are the biggest challenges in the current NFT space, like, in the current, as we call it, a bear market?
I think, I think we weren't the pioneers, I didn't create the CryptoPunks, there's Yuga did, maybe, later on acquiring it, and then, maybe did a lot of stuff. So I think, I'm just expecting a lot more from the leaders of the industry, let's say OpenSea, Yuga Labs, they maybe multi-billion dollar companies. We are a passionate, driven company. We pour a lot of our profits to, fight out in the industry. We really don't make money, over here. I would say directly from our NFT sales. There's a lot of future bets, and the vision that we want to build. So
Mhm.
in that sense, I would say I would love for more experiments and not just wait for a timing market, but be bullish and lead it from the front, with the war chest that people have. Not just sit on the war chest, but bring it out, and build it out. So I'll leave
Perfect.
it at.
All right. Sounds good. So I think Paras has the next question for you.
Sure. So, like, when was it, you decided to get this NFT project? What was the vision behind? So I know, like, you have been building Zostel previously, but like, what was the tipping point where you decided, going to into the NFT and Web3 space?
So see, obviously, I built actually a lightning startup as well from 16 to 18 in parallel called as OPOC. And the whole idea was, epoch, OPOC, so maybe define the information age as a new era. So I was, obviously there, roundabouts. It was largely an infra play, So when I saw that, NFTs are on the consumer side of things. So the way I see it is that all technologies that are fundamental will penetrate all industries. Like in 1990s, you used to work in an internet company, but and today every company is an internet company. So digital assets are here to stay. They are a new technology, but businesses will, businesses is something fundamental. So you as an industry leader, as an pioneer, must figure out what to do with the technology. Okay. So the way I saw it was that, with my Zo community, with my Zostels, I haven't been able to give them back enough. There's no, I can't give everybody shares and, make them a part of the company, etc. So how do I design future incentives and all of very first principle things? How do I build the next McDonald's, Starbucks, Taj, Marriott's? So I feel that, to make this new age vision that I have, building the next generation of real estate products for Gen Z, from backpacker hostels to hotels to clubhouses to residential living to to everything and anything. Right. So I feel that, this is the first step towards a 30-year vision, or let's say a whole century and a generation of a company. And I think NFTs is as I said earlier as well, it's getting your feet wet. It's, bringing in your early community, for your vision and, aligning them up more than anything else, more than I would say that you really. So I think that's about the new age of brand building. How do you use marketing and a deeper integration with community? And the moment I see NFT, I realize that, it's a playground that I can fight and win. I feel that, I understand the consumer, the culture, the generation. I'm a total nerd. I understand making businesses. I did IIT, and I've been a total DJ, but I know how to survive and stuff. So I think I can lead the next generation, just by living my own life and following my heart, and then inspiring others to, think like an age of abundance and, follow their dreams. And let's see, that's the world I hope Zo World will be in the future.
Wow, wow, that's very interesting. So you mentioned IIT, IIM, and also a lot of different projects and stuff you've done. So just like if we could rewind a little bit and maybe just get a bit of your background before Web3 and maybe even before Zostel, and then and I'm sure we can get more insight into the type of person you are and the type of, project you're envisioning.
Sure. So I'll just share my screen again.
Yeah.
So I started my journey as a total nerd. So I wanted to make a living making games, like
Mhm.
Elon Musk and maybe you and everybody else, right? So when I was 9, 10 years old, I decided that. And I realized that to make games, you have to be an engineer. So you have to go to IIT and everything.
Okay.
And so I continued that. So I ended up at IIT BHU. This is 2008. And as soon as I was there, I realized that, the world has changed. There are app stores and everything. And 2 people can make a company. I don't need to work at Microsoft, to make games. I can do my own thing. So I made this, what you can see on my screen. I still have this domain, iplcricketgame.com, super SEO friendly, and this is in 2009. So I made this, I did everything single-handedly. For 6 months, I was a full techie from back end, front end, PHP, MySQL, SEOs, Google AdSense, anything and everything that was needed. And when this ended, and yeah, so the blog said back then that the CPM rates would be $7, but it was like because this was a cricket-based game, so all of my traffic was India, and my monetary expense, which was $7 per 1,000 traffic, it was less than 1 paisa. It was like 50 paisa, like half of a paisa in like India. So like it's a 0.01 cent. Okay, so my heart broke, but I learned a lot, right? And then I formed my first company that was called as it was a gaming studio. And then I started, so I felt that, maybe I had a less distribution. I'll make an international games this time. But then on Facebook Canvas, so I made a gaming studio. I made game. This is Mafia Wars, Farmville time, pre-mobile days from 2009 to 2012, let's say. And I made all of those games. Along the way, I was a full techie, so I got an internship in Germany. This was machine learning basically. We used to detect MRI scans, but during that time I backpacked a lot. I got a URL pass. I traveled around, and I figured that this is super cool. I hated the hospitality industry because it's a 3-generation business in my real estate hospitality. I was total nerd, right? So like, wow, what the hell? But as soon as I entered a backpacker hostel and I made a new friend, I was like, boss, even if I have $1 million, I can stay in 5-star. What's the value of making a new friend? Right. And there weren't a single backpacker hostel in the whole of Asia only, especially so it's a developed market in Europe, Australia, but worldwide it's not there. Right. And I did a 2 years of research. I was already running a startup. So that Zynga that's how the universe works. I think I manifested Zynga to India. They wanted to do an IPO. They opened an India backend office. They came to my campus. They went batshit crazy. Who the hell is this guy, making a gaming studio over here? And I knew every ins and outs of the industry because they were my competitor. So they loved what I was doing. They acqui-hired me. I got, a very high paying job, and it was like dream come true. I became a game designer. I learned engineering to become an engineering code. I never knew there can be a game designer as a role, right? So, you work hard, and, universe might as well have something better for you, in that sense. And I was graced with that. But I thought that, hey, what the hell? Can anything happen? Then I joined. I didn't like the environment much there. I liked it, but it wasn't moksha what I had thought as a child, that I will just, enjoy working in a gaming company. So that didn't happen. So I was like, okay, I need to do something of my own. I was lucky. I got 99.9 percentile, and I got in IIM Calcutta as well after that. All of those blogs are also, live. I was a Quora top writer back then. So all of my interviews, I think, let's see. So, what was asked in my interview, how was it? This is actually Steemit. I don't know if you guys were there on Steemit back then. And, so that happened. Then I was in IIM Calcutta. There I was like, why there are no backpacker hostels? And from there, this is not me. So my ID actually everywhere on internet is DV Coolster. And yeah, it's actually logged in. Let me see. Okay. How do I see my content? Okay. No content. Wow, they don't have my content? Oh, this is past 3 days. No, certain. Okay, I don't see my content. But anyways, maybe I'll figure this out later over here. What's going on? Yeah. So, I think over here, what are the best ways of thinking of startups as a Liverpool fan? What is the best intention?
Nice.
So anyways, during my interview, I just explained that, I want to, this is my interview over here. So I just explained even there before starting Zostel that, this is how I envision, my journey, and I want to really unlock the travel industry. I'm like super passionate about people just discovering and meeting other people. And I think the world needs to see, I think once you see other people, you realize that we are all alike. I think humanity is going through that phase in which our challenges are much more global, and from AI to, let's say, probably everything, right? So that all of that was there. And during my IIM days, then I happened to, everybody told me that, poker is probably it's considered gambling, and, nobody can really make money in poker. So any time, anybody tells me it's impossible, that's the only time I actually get to hard work, otherwise I'm a chill dude. So with my $30, I've just put in bankroll. I grinded 800 tournaments, $1 tournaments. And on 11th of November 2012, there were these 10,000 around people, and overnight I won $10,000. And then just to test, is it a one-time thing? I actually ended up at $16,000, and I was India ranked number 2 back then. This is early 2013. Then I took all of that money. So this is 2015. When the graph is going down. So ignore the graph going down. Okay, I actually quit at a high. I took all of that money, and I then put it in building the first hostel. So the first hostel, I still have that I think time lapse video. So I'll just I'll just show you guys as well. So I come from Jodhpur, that's a western part of India. And I put all of my $10,000. I took a rooftop on lease, and I just designed that, I need some dorms and a backpacker hostel and a common washroom and everything. And from there itself, I wasn't even there. I was studying in college. I just sent money to my family to help me get these things done. And they were kind enough, they are, if you don't ask money from your family, and then you have a very healthy relationship. So that wasn't they're willing to support a lot. So that happened over there. And then the whole hostel journey started and everything. So today, I probably shared earlier as well, we are the world's largest. I haven't paid a single penny, till now to Google and Facebook for my Zostel brand. And it's been all organic, over the last 12 years, 11 years, I would say now. And we have around 35 more in our signings. We have 85 properties today live. And we build real estate where there aren't even roads. Okay, so we go and we feel that there's a good vibes over there. There's a river, there's a mountain. We work with local partners. It takes many times from 6 months to 3 years to make a hostel property. But anything that you'll see, after that real estate is there, the kind of people that come, the experiences that they have, and it's a spiritual journey, more than anything else, why we started off. But we need to make money so that we can continue, doing what we wish to do. And yeah, I think ZoWorld really expanded the whole thing that, now I'm coming top down. This is my bottom up revolution. And then from top down, I'm coming with people who are in the age of abundance. I feel future is here. It's unevenly distributed. So those who feel that, they are not looking to 10x an NFT, but looking to 10x themselves. So those are the kind of people that we have been attracting. We have a whole studio in which you can record podcasts. There are several features, in the product itself, actually 18 features in a single Zo house. So we have been covered by lots of media as well over the periods. We today have close to 450 members. And yeah, we haven't paid anybody for marketing, no influencer, no AdSense, nothing. It's been all organic. So super proud. There were times when we doubted ourselves, from collection size to pricing to keeping a bit in our treasury. But I'm very happy that I still have 100, so I can invite you. Otherwise, if the floor is 10 ETH, it's difficult to invite folks. So whoever I like, I write check. We invite them as well.
Perfect. Amazing. And that's extremely interesting. So yeah, so for the next question, so obviously you mentioned you started with Zostel and then you released your own NFT collection, and it's a ZoWorld Founders. So maybe you've already answered this question, but how was your your NFT project? How was that funded before minting? And then now how are you managing the cost of operating an NFT project post mint? And then is that model sustainable for you?
Right. So very happy to tell that, our first Zoho house is now making profits. The larger revenue come from event partnerships. So we host events for Aptos, Solana, Polygon, even Ethereum Foundation. Literally, who's who, anybody who wants to do, we want to give them our space. And our founders are usually, a lot of these founders themselves or protocol founders are our fellow Zoho World founders as well. They get a straight 50% discount on all the events and access. So it's great for them. And it's great for us, so we get a decent amount of tokens as well as grants from the communities for whom we, really give them real users, I would say, because our users are Sybil resistant. They are humans who actually come and use the product and click pictures. So it's otherwise, it's very, many times you hear people saying that, hey, there are less than 2,000 users in the NFT space. Some random numbers can come from anywhere, right? So nobody knows how many users are there really. So it's good to see, real community, real people, and things at stake coming in the metaverse. So, so yeah, we make profits from our Zostal business. We have always done that. We also raised external capital from a long time partner. So we like to stay healthy in that sense, and I look at it like a at least a 30-year vision. That's just warming up. I think, and therefore I like the bear markets as well. Because we don't make a lot of noise. We are bad at marketing. We don't do that that well, I would say still. And I think we have really embraced the idea of best kept secret of Web3. Our community calls it like that. We have
That's great. That's great. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that you guys are, like you mentioned, you guys just started making profit with your first Zostal. That is obviously a
our
very
first
big
Zoho
achievement.
house in Bangalore. So after
Okay,
our
first.
first Zoho house in Bangalore, then we opened another one in San Francisco, and
Yeah.
that's become a hot spot. People are loving over there. Lots of community love. It's been 6 weeks since we opened up, 26 July, and it's been running 24/7. Several SF people have joined as founders of the vision. They're looking at multiple nodes in the city. Everybody keeps visiting SF regularly as well. We opened up another. So once we had the first one working, we started in 2022, and early 2024 we started to break even and reach profits. And then we were like, let's go. Let's now we can open more clubhouses.
Perfect. Amazing. And congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be, I think, breaking even in next month onwards in San Francisco as well. So that's good.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
So I think one of the last things I would like you to elaborate would be like, what is it? Can you elaborate more on the term Zoho founders and like what is the utility behind all like the entire utility behind owning an NFT, and then like how are these new spaces getting unlocked where let's say you open a one in San Francisco, then you want let's say maybe in another country or continent like Singapore, maybe Malaysia, Vietnam, because these are one of the like ongoing Web3 regions where a lot of regions are there.
Right. So are you a founder yet, Paras?
I'm not.
Okay, okay, we'll get you in. Everybody, chooses at the price, they get it. So, I'll start that, the first access or the first reason that you should do it is that, you'll get to talk with me and other founders, and as we know, it's time is the only thing that anybody can give anybody. I come from that side. And I love my time a lot, and I give that a lot. I think that's the thing that I can part with. That's my party. That when I'm with anybody else, it's sharing of my vibrations with your vibes. And I think that's the core utility. But where do I hang out? I hang out at these Zoho houses. They are only exclusive to members. So only if you are a member, you can book a Zoho house, or you can even enter a Zoho house. There is a dedicated app. So if there is an app on, if you go to ios.zoho.xyz, it will probably get you the iOS app. And otherwise on android.zoho.xyz, you'll get the Android app. But this dedicated app, allows you to unlock the door of the house itself, invite your friends, organize your own small parties and events in a true permissionless sense. You don't need to ask anybody, what's going on, or, can I enter? You just unlock the door and enter, you know. Um, I think, so we're all done. Can you guys actually see my screen? I hope not.
No, we can't.
You guys can.
You're not sharing it right now.
Let me share. Let me share. But I got to work as well, along the way. So this is the ios.zo.xyz, our iOS app. And similarly, we have android.zo.xyz, our Android app as well. So then you get a physical, real life access to all the clubhouses that are being built. And we have built 3 of them ourselves. And now, as founders, the whole idea is to long term build a protocol brand. So I run the Zostel business as a franchisee, but how do I build a permissionless franchisee business or a permissionless branded business, right? So we're building up our own, properties, but the idea is that, right now, let's say you have a 32 Ethereum for opening a Ethereum node. Maybe run a Bitcoin full node for being a Bitcoin node. So we are templatizing and learning what are the different things that make a Zoho house together, and then we'll be working closely with founders. So where are you right now, Paras?
Delhi.
Delhi. So we'll help Paras, open your own flat as a Zoho node, and then you'll get access to, cool people, you'll get to party, and, you'll get Zoho points that are possibly, if you believe in these crazy things. If you don't believe in these crazy things, you shouldn't. But we believe that, the things that we are building, the value that are unlocked from a permissionless brand and things like that, how do you, maybe people will be taking, buying some tokens, taking it, we're figuring out the whole tokenomics, and, I don't want to give any false hopes of any tokens ever. We only run NFTs right now, guys. But you can envision, our vision unfolding, gradually, step by step. No rush, we'll do things at the right time. But yeah, then we don't know, where Zoho World is headed. But these founders are whom I look to build this Zoho World, and who get the only access to what we are coming up with, these Zoho houses. And through them, their friends, etc. So yeah, we eat our own shit, in that sense that, you use the product that you're building. So first, Zoho houses is for founders. And once we discover, then we can have, Zoho living and lifestyle and properties and a new take for the next generation, for the whole societies, how they are built.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, usually towards the end, I ask for some, exclusive alpha from the projects, but I think you've dropped some insane alpha with franchising and potential tokens. I think that's definitely very interesting, and I think all the listeners should be, keeping a close eye on Zoho World now for all that exciting stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Drop
amazing.
by, guys. Physically check us out. Drop by 300 4th Street. It's a public address. 1501 KG Tower, Dubai. And then we are at multiple places actually in Bangalore. And yeah, we have lots of punk, a couple of punks, lots of apes. We do lots of studio 3D animation, 3D printing. We are also discovering, but we feel that we are in the future, and we would love to invite you and join us in the future. Be a founder, and feel free to DM me on Twitter. Would love anybody to understand the crazy things we are doing.
Amazing.
Sure, would love to be
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I think that should be everything for the questions, unless if Paras has anything else to ask.
good to go.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, DV, and for everyone. Let's just have a quick recap. So this was DV from Zoho World, starting his journey being a full techie at IIT, creating a cricket website all by himself, then making a gaming studio, then heading over to IIM Calcutta. And just for the listeners who are unaware, IIT and IIM, they're similar to Harvard and MIT back in the States. So these are all huge, very big deal and highly meritorious universities. You can definitely see the type of person DV is. And then, starting ZPOC and then Zostel and obviously now Zoho World. And also, in the middle playing poker and investing all of his winnings into his first Zostel, which obviously ended out very well for him. And then, obviously, his ideas and his thoughts on the current NFT market and how energy and attention is slowly coming back to NFTs with different projects, reigniting the excitement in this space. And NFTs actually why he wanted to get into NFTs and them being more consumer side and to fulfill his new age vision through NFTs for the upcoming decades with his, plan for the upcoming 30 years. And then also finally, as we were discussing in the end, successfully creating profits with their first Zoe house in Bangalore, and then the amazing alpha that he dropped in the end to possibly creating future franchises in a permissionless environment. So hopefully that's a good recap of everything that's talked. And thank you so much, Stevie. And if you have any closing remarks.
Yeah, I think it's the Zo nodes. I think the network's coming together. Please join, me in the vision if you can afford. Right now we have literally a lot less supply listed, but DM me, and try to visit us at Zo houses, guys. We are still, in that sense, a hidden secret. If you request somebody, you will be able to get access. Founders love inviting friends. The access is totally restricted, but the hustlers know how to get in, right? So hustle and please meet us. And yeah, that was an amazing talk. We were able to discuss so much at such a rapid pace. So thanks for that, guys, for allowing me to share my story as well as taking it forward from there. Hopefully, I'd love to see this about us, on our NFT collection page, at KOINectIt.
Of course. So thank you so much, DV from Zoe World, and to all the listeners, make sure to check out Zoe World. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
One more thing I'll add. One more thing.
Sure.
I don't know how it is, this deep inside Harvard, MIT, but I'll say probably it's the same inside all universities. It's always about the people and your own education, at the end of the day. If I did IIT, I am just because, okay, I could do it. But I literally followed my own path, kept doing my own startups, literally just boycotting everything that was taught over there.
Amazing. A great message to end off. All right. So
So follow your heart, guys. Follow your heart.